No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. Here we are then at the Albert Park circuit, 3.28 miles of bumpy city streets, but not a lot in the way of elevation changes. The circuit goes all the way around the lake, taking in 14 corners. Note the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 11. They'll offer our drivers a number of good opportunities to overtake. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who will start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Gasly, Sir Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Albon, Norris and Daniel Ricciardo, Magnussen, Iwasa, Esteban Ocon and Liam Lawson, Red, Oscar Piastri, Felipe Drugovich and Teo Porcher. Armstrong and Sergio Perez completes our grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Natalie Pinkham is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Focus now for the rest of the race. You made it look so easy. Don't let them get away from you. One of them might make a mistake and that lets us back in. Then we were
were expecting. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Mediums. Iwasa's behind you, and the gap behind us is 5.9 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, gap to leader, 29.3 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 18 laps to go. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that. Nice move. Good job. Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Use the overtake button and have a go. Come on, you can do this. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we could talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those that we've witnessed today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. George Russell takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on Driver of the Day, Natalie Pinkham. Come on, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Red. They pushed and found some fantastic performance. It was an absolute pleasure to watch.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Well, that certainly was an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore skyline, Formula One returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race, with the notorious sauna-like temperatures in the cockpit, making for an extremely physically challenging race. The Marina Bay Street Circuit then has 23 corners, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, taking us a total of 3.1 miles around the landmarks of downtown Singapore. An average lap speed around here just 107 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who will start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Russell, Liam Lawson and Perez. Red, Leclerc, Norris and Alex Albon. Iwasa, Magnussen, Daniel Ricciardo and Drugovich. Hamilton, Teo Porcher, Marcus Armstrong and Oscar Piastri. Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Natalie Pinkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's fantastic to have you with us today. I'm curious though, how do you think the drivers stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
lap, give us the best. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. That's P10, you've moved up into the top 10, well done. Less than 1 lap of fuel left now, the tank's pretty much empty. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
They've endured the harsh conditions here in Singapore then to pull off a spectacular victory. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out of the track was: speed. It sounds like an awfully reductive statement, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everyone played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. Drivers' Championship. Valtteri Bottas takes the top spot. He's our new Drivers' Championship leader after today's result. Let's focus on Driver of the Day, Natalie Pinkham. Come on, who do you pick?
Fernando Alonso. Wherever he is, whatever team he's in, when is he not just brilliant? He'll give you a performance every time, just like he's done today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.